Everybody, please make your attention. This has been a long time coming. This is over 12 years old. I just want to say thank you, everybody, for coming out to celebrate Lindsay and Steve today. As many of you all know, my name's Debbie. I'm Lindsay's sister, maid of honor today. I would say growing up, me and Lindsay had a pretty good childhood together. Believe it or not, we didn't always get along. I remember fighting over who got to play Super Mario on the new Game Boy, which was Lindsay's. And I'd have to sneak away, hide it, and play it because she would beat me up if she saw me. I tended to get Lindsay in a lot of trouble for things she didn't even do, like randomly slapping myself in the face and crying to my mom that Lindsay hit me just so I could play her Game Boy. Back when my dad raised tobacco several years ago, we used to plug our own plants. Lindsay absolutely hated it. She always got stuck with the sucky job of filling the trays with dirt, finding all the bugs and spiders, screaming, but I got the good job of plugging the plants. Every time we'd fight over something, the job we got. But we always had a good time setting tobacco. And Steve, we did too. Hitting the rocks, flying in the air. I'll never forget the time I first met Steve. On my 5th grade farm safety day field trip, Lindsay said she wanted to show me her friends that day. She didn't tell me she had a boyfriend at the time, but I remember saying to him, "Oh, so you're Steve," the one she always talks about. And ever since then, us three have had some pretty great memories for over a decade now. And suddenly, you became the third wheel. Steve would come over to the house a lot, driving his loud 1973 black and blue Ford F-250, where we could hear the turbo coming down 2 miles over those humps. We'd like, "Hey, Steve's almost here, come on, we gotta get outside." He'd come over, we'd be outside playing basketball. Lindsay wouldn't even know he was there. Hours would pass by, she'd eventually come outside. Me and Steve would be drenched in sweat by then. Lindsay said, "Oh, Steve, I didn't even know you were here." I'd be like, "Yeah, he's been here this whole time." One time, Lindsay and Steve took me to the fair of the truck pull, and they told me not to buy anything, but I'm like, "Okay, I'll be right back." I brought back 3 goldfish. Steve named them, but I'm not allowed to say what he named them. One of my favorite memories is Steve coming over to swim during the summer, and every time we were done, we'd have to fill the pool back up with water because it splashed all out. So I'd look over at Mom, she's carrying the garden hose to the pool when we were done. When my dad drove his green punch buggy, he was leaving to go into work one evening and asked, "Where's Steve at? He's always here." Well, Lindsay was just joking with him, and he said, "Well, we broke up." My dad started crying, sobbing so hard. Me and Lindsay were like, "Oh," we were laughing, dying laughing. He just drove off, I remember it. He said, "Don't you ever do that to me again." Tears flowing hard. I knew from that day that, Steve, you were his new favorite. Well, when Lindsay was sick in the hospital, Steve drove me up to Lexington every day to see her. We'd be in that black and blue Ford truck every time. Whatever. Well, we listened to George Strait all the way down back. We ordered a crave case one time from White Castle to bring everybody lunch. They didn't wait on us because it took us a while to get there. Traffic was bad. So me and Steve got there. We had to split a 52 crave case between 2 of us. But Steve really did. He took really good care of me during that time. I'll never forget it. I knew that time, Lindsay, you had a great man on your hands. Steve was even the first person I told that I had a boyfriend. Not even you. I was 14. And now, me, Steve, Wade do everything together. One of our greatest times is going to Destin, Florida for these past several years. We'd go deep sea fishing. But this last time we went, they were all trying to throw me overboard on that boat. They were going to leave me. I couldn't stop throwing up for fishing for that whole 8-hour trip. Luckily, they brought me back. We've done some pretty good bucket list things over the years together, like VIP tickets to Carrie Underwood twice to her concert and touching her hand this time. And Steve has never washed his hands since. We do also have a contract signed between the four of us that we're going to Hawaii together, not separate. And I won't let you forget that. I could go on forever telling many good stories over these years. Lindsay, I'm just so happy for you for finally making your dreams come true. Today, on your wedding day, you're going to Hawaii. That's what you said you wanted when you were in the hospital. You get to swim with the dolphins. Build your dream home. You've been the best big sister ever. You're one of my biggest role models. Everything you went through, your surgery, you finished college on time with honors. You became the best doctor in our community. You inspired me to be a better person myself and go to school for myself and become a nurse because of you. And Steve, you've been the best big brother for me these last 12 years. You came to all my basketball games. You trained me in my own backyard. You drove me places in your truck. You take me fishing. You replaced many tangled up fishing lines. You bought my dinner countless of times. Threw me out of a golf cart once. You made me watch Secretariat at least 400 times. And you've just been there for us, Steve, and I'm just glad to officially call you part of our family now. You've just been the best big brother. I just wish you both many more years of happiness together now that you get to go to Hawaii. I love you both. Here's for another 12 years, but married this time.